down.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with Central Michigan's head coach. He is concerned going to an environment like this. One of the best crowds in all of college football. They make it loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Chippewas ready to kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Michigan State's offense will have the first possession of the game. And now the transfer, junior wide receiver. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft, perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday, and you're just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Biletnikoff Awards. The tradition of the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history has just been elite, and this guy is the next one.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. First carry of the season for this transfer. There he goes. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. This is what Spartan running backs do. They get behind their pads, they move the chains. Le'Veon Bell among many who've been great at that.
And Kenneth Walker, man, you pulled back a couple years ago, such a great season too. But just that's their physicality. That's the brand that they've had. That's what their coaches embrace. You know, not
maybe a crease. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Davis looking to pass. A little screen to the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
This offense has put a pretty good drive together, man. Like showing a little bit of balance, back-to-back plays, creating some chunks of yardage, and now really set up in a position to do a 1st and goal.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Michigan State.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Chippewas offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Running the show is Keldrick Luster. This offense is going to be productive. He will have to play well in this one.
And they have got off to a great start. Coaches are so excited about their QB. Like, they're literally saying, we've got a chance against everybody we play. I know we're off the radar. We're not one of the Power 4 teams. But when you have a quarterback that can make everyone around you better, you can go beat some of the big boys. So far, Palmer, he's done an unbelievable job with this squad, like blending it together and really doing well.
Yeah, and they're being careful. They don't want to look too far ahead, but they know one spot is going to go to a non-Power 4 champion in this year's college football playoff, and they're obviously hoping it's them. If it is going to happen, it's going to be because of this guy. He's got to keep playing at a high level, though, each and every week, and I think that's the challenge. Very, very talented. The big question, can he stay consistent?
Wide receiver going in motion. Red pass, it's complete. And just a short save. This play, they pick up a few.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option of working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down. And the Chippewas will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. He's got great speed. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Smith with the grab over the middle. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Let's talk a little bit about Michigan State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start and try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Davis will throw. Fires to the middle. Complete to the left.
makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown.
Timeout taken by the Spartans, their first of 3. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. On the move. Short gain on the play before he slides.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Running to Green. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'll tell you, when you start a game as well as this guy did on the opening drive, you're going to earn more touches later. And finally, they handed off to him here on the second drive. But he's really shot out of a cannon in this game. I really like the way he's running right now. He's running hard. He's running with authority. They need to keep giving him the football.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Miller. Turning it on. Always quick to make the move, and he's out to the 39.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
At midfield, he might have a chance. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for first and goal.
Here's Brown. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Chippewas. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. The run inside. It's Davis. Breaks into the open. He now has 53 yards for him on the ground now. What a first quarter for this guy. Physical running style. Maybe the patron saint of that for Michigan State is T.J. Duckett.
Oh, the big fella. And that reminds me of Michigan State football. That's who they are, right? The physicality. They're gonna be blue collar. They're gonna roll up their sleeves, and make no mistake, every game you play against them, if you don't match the physical challenge, you will lose.
After one quarter of play, let's take a look and see how these running backs are doing. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. First play of the period will be a second down. Davis looking to pass. Complete on the left to Smith. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football.
Here's a little room there. Running it inside the 30 and finally out of bounds at the 27.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because this defense has had zero answers.
To the air on first down. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The Spartans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
This defense makes a play, stopping him well short, and it'll be fourth down from the 24. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Chippewas offense makes its way out to start the drive. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The give, running right, Brown. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Under fire. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Fires left. A strike downfield. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. Simple call, excellent execution moves the sticks on third down.
These QBs and receivers, man, they run this route in practice thousands of times. So it's nice to see them come out here and execute it in game.
Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Central Michigan. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And they tacked on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Spartans offense, ready to go to work. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive,
he's going to fire deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. In the red area, it's Davis. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll send the tight end in motion. They go right back to him. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Davis will throw. Caught. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And the Spartans trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's in! Touchdown, Spartan!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Central Michigan offense takes the field to go to work. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Right on target this time. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Wants to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next one.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Finally, a defense looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up fourth down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Looking to fire. Lofts one high and deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Now Michigan State wants to stop the clock. It's their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Davis looking to pass. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And with that run, he goes over 100 yards. We knew coming into this game tonight they wanted to force-feed him the football. They knew to win the game, they were going to have to establish the running game and be the more physical team in the trenches. You turn around and give this guy the ball, good things generally happen, and we've seen that over the course of this game.
Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Spartans decide to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. Not great field position. We'll see how aggressive they are in the final seconds. Coming out on first down with the play fake. On the run, fires downfield. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Looking long. Brings it in down the left side. Off to the races. 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Chips.
A first half. You're trailing. You need to put a drive together. Great job using all of the clock, getting the TD, and you want to talk about creating some momentum going into the half and knowing I get the football, so everything trending in the right direction.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5, and the returner will be brought down. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The give to Davis. Good game there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. They'll give it to him again. Still on his feet at the 35. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We start with Old Dominion, taking on the number 11 team, the Georgia Bulldogs.
He'll bring it out, and he pumps it up inside the 20. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
Guys, the Chippewa head coach told me coming out of the locker room, they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Brown. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Miller. Inside the 35. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Off play action on first down. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
And man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Davis will throw. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Looking to throw for it. The quick out. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And the Spartans can really attack on this 2nd and short. Running inside, it's Davis. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. He's putting up serious numbers on the ground and carrying his team in a way that Lorenzo White used to do.
And how about you know it's coming, but you can't stop it? That's when you know you're having yourself a day. That's when you know you're a great player. And these Michigan State offenses that have that guy running back like you're talking about, Reese, they are really, really hard to stop.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. They'll ride Davis here. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick with the physical ground game late in the game. That's how you finish opponents off.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Davis looking to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The pressure ramps up on 3rd and goal. They want to throw it. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Spartan. Right on the money. He makes the grab in the end zone.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Brown. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. And the pass falls incomplete, and we've played 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down and run. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Always quick to make the move, and he's out to the 39.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
That's caught. It's Cobb. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Chippewas have this offense rolling. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time it's second down. At the end of that play, there is a Spartan who is slow to get up. They're dealing with a second and long. The run inside. It's Brown.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're putting their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Fires one high and deep. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Michigan State's offense heads out, ready to go to work. After that big stop by the defense, now they can salt this thing away. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Davis. Pickup of 5, it's now 2nd and 5.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He's got it again. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Running to the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. It'll be 3rd and long. Davis will throw. Punts it out of the air. They'll stop him just outside the 30 at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for the first down, and now they have a decision to make. Timeout taken by the Spartans, their first of 3. And they'll use another timeout to try to save as much time as they can for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
The give to Davis. Could be an alley. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
From the red zone, it's Davis. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And that's not a surprise to anybody, including the defense, that they turn and they give it to their running back, who they've been giving it to all game long. Up front, the offensive line, they deserve a ton of credit. Blocked and paved the way. This rushing attack has been lethal, and I'm not surprised that's how they end this football game.
And that's the kind of guy, too, David, you want at the end of the game because he wants the ball into his hands to ice this thing. He's looking over the sidelines before that play call, and he's like, give it to me, let me finish this thing and win this game for us. And that's exactly what happened.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Quarterback takes a knee, and they'll start this new season with a victory. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
That great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season, but 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. He definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. If you're the coaching staff, I think you're